Good morning, everybody. Caroline, can you just confirm whether Peter's joined us yet?
He has not yet.
If we could just give it's another minute or two, everyone, and as soon as Peter joins, we'll kick off.
Hello.
Hi, Peter.
Hi, how's it going?
All good, thank you. Peter, I think we can probably kick off. I know we've got people joining, I think, as we go along, but we've only got half an hour, so if you'd like to kick off, that would be great.
Okay, cool. But I'm just worried that you said there's gonna be like 500 people joining. It's not even 50.
Yeah, no, I said we've got, I had 50 accepted, but I think, as you know, sometimes or people might accept, but then they don't actually attend. So.
Okay, right, thanks. So we're gonna do this, in a very light way. What I said when I accepted the role to chair SAMED was, as a chairperson, I'll focus on 4 key priorities. One being to, elevate the SAMED image, brands, through thought leadership and a whole lot of other things. And 2, I said we're going to be working. I'll be driving the partnership, the collaboration, try to shy away from adversarial, fighting, but, collaborating, being part of the solution while we're getting what we need from, the world. Number 3, I said, I will focus on getting SAMED members, being paid from government. I think the book is growing. It's getting bigger and bigger. We've made big progress with that already, Tanya, with Nicholas Crisp and also the CFOs forum and all that, which is, it's ongoing. And then number 3 was, 4, focusing on, transformation, diversity and inclusion piece within the industry, leveraging a little bit more on yes. And I think last Friday we had a great event where we spotlighted the women leaders in the medtech industry, great roundtable. I think me and Dave enjoyed very much. Very few men in the room. We enjoyed all the women to ourselves. But I thought it really went well. So those are the 4 key priorities that I think I will be focusing on as chair. But I think to elevate the SAMED brand, SAMED image, we'll need the captain of the industry. We'll need the CEOs to come up and spotlight and focus on some of the key issues and own them and showcase that. And I hope as well with the board approved our engagement with Professor Eddie and Seville will also help us and give us a little bit of data and content and also and confidence for us to really drive the fact that he's saying healthcare drives the economic growth more than other sectors, and for us I think as the industry leaders, we can leverage on those topics and things. So Tanya, today I thought we could get everybody on board in preparation of next week's, captains of industry, facilitated by Tanya, who's the anchor for CNBC Africa, to really get the best out of it, and maybe from there other topics, other pain points, other issues that we need to focus on as industry, on top of everything that is being done by everybody through committees and all channels. I mean, I thought we'll, get the captains of the industry elevating some of the really, key pain points, through these forums. So that's the brief. That's what we're looking to achieve. Quite happy to make this interactive, take questions, suggestions, ideas, but we need to make sure that there's a decent attendance at the meeting. Deloitte has graciously, I think, agreed to host this in their 5-star or 6-star conference facility, which will be great also to make that connection. They've been very generous, very supportive and helpful to SAMED in many ways than one. And as we grow that relationship, maybe we can also use that venue much more often on, as key topics are evolving. Tanya, any comments from you, from people on the call? Any questions? Any ideas?
Thanks, Peter. Yeah, maybe if I can just add, in the past, and all the time that I've been at SAMED, I don't think that we have spent enough time and energy leveraging off the collective, the collective value that the captains of industry bring, the knowledge, the insights, the ideas. And I don't think we've sufficiently looked at what our individual companies do and how they bring value to the healthcare system and to patients. And so that's a really keen objective for Peter as our new chair, to tap into that potential and leverage off that, and even be the stakeholder networking and relationships that you as captains of industry have established. How can we leverage off that in terms of SAMED and the industry as a whole? So, we want to use these captains of industry forums to look at those possibilities. And that's why we really would love to have you there.
Yeah, just on top of what Tanya said, I mean, I think we really want everybody to come forth and help this. And you'll see how we also, for the first time ever, how we shaping the whole production of our annual conference. The ministers agreed to keynote the meeting, to come and speak, and other heavyweight speakers that are coming in. What I think is left for the organizers and the team to just balance where they place this heavyweights in this boat, so that it's not overweighted on the one side, the morning or the afternoon. There's a good balanced content for the whole annual conference, with big take-home value for our members. Sorry, Tanya, I had to chip in there.
That's fine, Peter. Yeah, I mean, we've got a really lovely selection of leaders here on the call, and please, use this opportunity to ask questions. The forum next week on the 1st is an in-person event, but we will make exceptions for those that are outside of town who really can't be here in person. So if that is the case, the expectation though is that we want a very interactive, in-person, face-to-face discussion and engagement that will bring meaningful value to you, to your companies, to the sector, to SAMED. So we're hoping that you can attend in person, especially if you're in the Joburg area. But if you absolutely can't because you're in Cape Town or Durban or elsewhere, please let Caroline know. We'll see if we can make a plan. This is really the program, the preliminary program. And yeah, open to ideas or questions.
Yeah, so while you're figuring out the questions, so still coming up with the questions, is we thought this event will also be recorded, and therefore it's very important to kind of over-prepare for it. Tanya will be asking you captains of industry, on camera, what keeps you awake at night? Please don't tell them it's the neighbor's dog. It's it must be the industry issues and all that. Neil's hand is up. Neil.
Hi, Peter. How are you?
Hi, Neil.
Good. Hi, Tanya. Hi, everybody. Yeah, obviously, I've had a bit of a privy to some of your thoughts, Peter, and this is certainly a great initiative. And I might be stating some of the things we're going to cover next week, but from my perspective, I see it as a great initiative to enhance our industry, which indirectly is providing benefit to our members, and that's really the essence of why SAMED exists. A healthy healthcare sector can only benefit our members, and this will be one of the things to head in that direction. We also know in the new age and post-COVID, we need to reinvent ourselves to a certain degree, and we're going to see changes in the industry that we'll make. And if we're leading the industries, there's that old saying, then you make the changes. If you want to become the key player in the sector, is to lead the change. So I'm looking forward to that, and also see it as an all-encompassing. We tend to maybe focus on sort of sales aspect or marketing aspects of businesses, but there's a massive drive on efficiencies, environmental impacts, cost effectivenesses, the squeeze in the business. So it's really all-encompassing in our sector, not just simply the sale of a medical device. So yeah, looking forward to the next few sessions, and hopefully contribute a bit, and sure I will learn a great deal. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Neil. And I hope you'll be attending in person as well. They'll be putting camera and mic in your face to share some thoughts there. So yeah, looking forward to seeing you there.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Peter, Dave has his hand up.
Yeah, Dave.
Oh, thanks, Peter. Hi, everyone. Dave here. As Neil said, if you're on the board, you've had a bit of an insight to some of Peter's thinking and in terms of his guidelines for his role as the chair. So I've got no questions around any of that intent. I'm actually just really interested to know from other executives that aren't on the board per se, but are members. So some of you are very senior in your industry, whether it be big organizations, small organizations, different types of device organizations. I'm really keen to hear if this is of any interest to you. I mean, is this really resonating? Is there any other thoughts that could be put on the table? I personally think Peter's on the right direction. I think this is a wonderful opportunity for us to debate and discuss appropriately. But share, guys. This is the opportunity. What are your thoughts?
I mean, Dave, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, this is that's what we want to hear from our the other broader members, how they, you know, their thoughts, how they feel about this, suggestions and any ideas and all that. I mean, without putting anybody on spot, I mean, on the spot. Okay, there's Vivette, Patrick. Oh, the hands are mushrooming like hell. I see Arifa is about to raise the hand there. Let's start with Vivette.
Yes, hi. Yeah, it's Viv from Teleflex. No question, but really just a comment to say that I look forward to the collaboration and hearing from each other so that we can appropriately work together and move forward. So yeah, I think that's really all I have to say. So thank you. Looking forward to it.
Thanks, Vivette, for sharing the excitement. I promise you, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be exciting. I mean, the diversity of people coming over. I think it's gonna be okay. I'll be speaking to the CEO and the chair of Deloitte as well. I'm sure they would like to get involved in some way and share some ideas in their own world. So it's gonna be super great. Thanks for sharing. Patrick.
Hi everyone. Thanks for giving me the opportunity. I just wanted to add, I like the 4 priorities overall.
So Patrick.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought you will just introduce yourself in
Oh, I'm sorry.
in a AA meeting. I'm Patrick. I haven't had a drink for 10 days. I'm doing well. I'm just joking. Just the company that you're coming from.
Yeah, sorry. I'm coming from Vertis MedTech. So I'm the Chief Commercial Officer of Vertis MedTech. And I'm coming from France originally. You might have noticed my accent, but I've been in South Africa 20 years now. Yeah, so I said the priorities are good, but there's one missing for me, is corruption. You were asking earlier about what keeps me awake at night. It's probably one of them. I think in the healthcare industry, corruption is, especially in the South African context, is terrible because it basically prevents the majority of people to have access to quality healthcare. And the corruption is just overwhelming. And don't get me wrong, I've seen in many countries, I had global responsibilities in the past. I've seen corruption everywhere, but here just beyond belief. And I think as the industry, for corruption to happen, you need 2 sides. You need a corrupted and a corruptor. If we collectively refuse this type of actions, eventually we will win. I know it's a big uphill battle, but it needs to be addressed. That's kind of the elephant in the room for me. That's my comments.
No, that's a good point you're making, and SAMED is very much on point with this. It's high on our list. It may be showing up on my key 4 priorities, but it's high. If I look at the code committee, I think it's very strong, and also what we've been driving with Michael Judine, the opportunity for people to whistleblow and drive that. I think it's one of the best that we have. What I think we can do is as we shape up, the panel and the topic and stage them, we need to bring this as well on the panel and topic on the day to say, a little bit of our stance on corruption and how we're dealing with it as SAMED. SAMED has got a very clear strategy and process and resources to drive and push that, and that needs to come out on the day as well. We can just maybe Tanya earmark somebody to emphasize on this as we prepare for the meeting. It's high on the list for SAMED. Okay.
Yeah, just want to add, I think really SAMED has to be the champion of anti-corruption practices. That's the way I feel.
I agree. I agree. Tanya, you want to say something? I see you hopping up and down.
No, I was just putting my thumbs up to add it to the agenda.
Okay, cool, cool. There's Michael.
Hi, I represent one of the smaller little companies, and I had unfortunately also missed the first 5 minutes or so. So much of what I'm about to say may in fact have been addressed at that time. But I really trying to get a angle on or handle on what the outcome of this meeting is going to be, because I appreciate the necessity to have captains of industry meeting together, discussing together the situation that they're experiencing. For me, it's fantastic to be with my colleagues, particularly from the big multinationals and the bigger companies, to see what's happening and how they're moving forward and how they're planning to kind of shape the industry. But the question that I would like to ask is, this seems to me to be an internal talk shop. We've got a lot of things that are being highlighted that we want to discuss, but we don't seem to be having the other side of the story being addressed. In other words, we're not having the guys that should be hearing this at this meeting. Is there a plan to some stage to roll it out to those people, to those groups that we're trying to impress? Because I appreciate that we're trying to create a view and a vision for the industry, but it seems at the moment that it just seems to be all internal, that no one outside of this select group knows about us and how well we're doing. And what are we going to do about taking it out to the bigger social sector of society, let alone the political sectors and the economic sectors?
So thanks, Michael, for the question. And I think you're right, you missed out on the intro, which addressed this. But Caroline, if you can just flip back to the slide on the agenda of the day, I think maybe this will help him, Michael, to see some of the stuff that we're going to be covering. Michael, this is you're right. This is inward focus. This is focused internally for a reason, and this is the next one. No, this one, it's fine. This is meant to get everybody aligned on board in terms of the issues and the topics that we're going to be driving with regards to how do we elevate the SAMED brands in the industry. You know, how do we ensure that we collaborate, we team up with key stakeholders so that we can, in a less adversarial way, address some of the pain points that are affecting you, the industry, the members, in a way that produces results. You know, how do we get our members getting paid? And I'm telling you now, Michael, this is not a talk shop. We've ever since, and I've been on the seat for 2 months. Ever since we've been talking about this, we've done so much already outside, you know, the talking. Okay, think about getting members paid. Me and Tanya met up with Nicholas Crisp. Very quickly, we're driving the meeting with the CFO at the National Department. He put us in touch with the entire CFOs of the provinces on the roundtable. There is a plan that's already running, you know, to connect with them, the right people to deal with. So we need to really get start internally to get everybody buy in, understand, and be part of this. And if I think the event we had on Friday, obviously acknowledging, honoring, and also supporting and dealing with issues of inclusions and women on Friday, it's not a talk shop. It's moving the needle. And some of this, I think David and I were there. I mean, you know, just what was achieved is that's remarkable. So
appreciate that, Peter. I'm not in any way denigrating this particular meeting or the team or the work that's been done. I mean, I'm seeing the benefits of the work that's been done by the group that are pushing for payments. What I'm asking is that, and maybe, and I did see this particular slide. I had been here at the point where the slide was discussed. What I'm trying to say is that perhaps you've answered it. It's an internal meeting. It's for us to kind of determine where we're going. I was hoping that we would see a little bit of some of the external players also involved, so they could see what we're doing and kind of get a feel for how big SAMED's getting and the not the power base that's there, but at least the initiatives that are there, as opposed to just having an internal discussion.
So that's coming. That's downline. There's a lot of material and pipeline of activities to address exactly that, where we'll be showcasing what SAMED, what we can do, the power of us, for us to, to elevate us. I mean, for instance, next week, I'm speaking at KIPS to do exactly that, elevating the industry to the outside world. The audience is hybrid there. It's in person and also on video. The coverage is exactly the so I think you basically highlighted kind of a point that was put across I think last week at the Women in MedTech event, where they were saying our industry is niche, it's quiet, the personality is shy, and we're trying to address exactly that. Okay.
Perfect.
I see
Thanks.
More hands coming back. Lindsay and Neil.
Thanks, Peter. I know we're pressed for time, so I'll keep it short. I noticed on the slide you talk about elevating the value of medtech, barriers to entry, and unblocking public sector payments. What I would like to see as one of the captains of industry, and I represent a company called Viva Medical based here in Cape Town, where we manufacture medical devices. I would like to see more focus on the healthcare master plan and the elephant in the room, which is NHI. And I think as an industry body representing hundreds of multinationals and local manufacturers, I would like to see us truly embracing NHI to the point that we could actually have a roundtable debate on that subject, because there's no doubt in my mind, and certainly listening to those from the DOH and the DTIC, that import substitution is going to be a major agenda item. Things like localization and industrialization of the medtech sector in South Africa to create jobs and to assist the balance of payments in South Africa is a key agenda item. So I would like to see that discussed at a roundtable meeting. Thank you, Peter.
Thanks, Lindsay. We'll tap into that and bring it across. Neil?
Yeah, Peter, so I didn't introduce myself earlier. It's Neil Venter, Isabel Medical Orthomedics. Just on some of Mark's comments, which I think are valid, Mark, we put out a strategy document and a whole lot, and it's just a waste of paper. I think in the session, it'll be key to set some tangible objectives and then walk away with some actions and some next steps, which would include engaging with other stakeholders perhaps. And that is a key strategy of SAMED anyway, is to engage with key stakeholders and develop the relationship with them. So I'm sure we'll progress that so that we have tangibles to deliver on.
Yeah, thanks. We are obviously kind of at the tail end of our call. I see Lindsay is still there. Oh, it's gone. All right. Maybe just to close smoothly, and I'll hand over to you, Tanya. Is So we're hoping to get all of you, coming forth on the day where we can highlight some of those topics during that roundtable that's well facilitated and recorded, and be able to, use that material as kind of a way of taking some of those topics forward. Tanya, I'm hoping and looking forward to seeing all of you in person next week. Tanya, over to you.
Great. Thanks, Peter. I'm very excited. I think this is a new chapter for us, and yeah, please come and join us. So thank you very much. Thank you all, and have a good day.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks for attending. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Cheers.
Bye.
Right. Thank you. Bye.